Right marijuana, that is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
Marijuana is referred to as Mary Jane, pot, weed, or tea.
That Michoacan, man, Acapulco Gold, man. I even smoke that tight stick.
We're smoking reefer.
The realest thing smoking on the internet. The Podheads Web Show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's 4:20 on a Wednesday night in March, and you're in the Cypher with the Podheads. I'm your Commander-in-Chief, Frank the Tank, and as always, I'm hanging with my very best buds, JB Perez.
Yeah, what's up? It's JB Perez from the Podheads Web Show in the Cypher at the Podheads Web Show. Podheads JB on all social media platforms. We're on a recording binge, y'all, so thank you for sticking with us and coming back, bro. Let's do this.
And of course, my main man, Cmoney.
Hey everybody, it's Making Cmoney at Making Cmoney on Instagram and Twitter. Check me out, check us out at the Podheads Web Show, and subscribe if you like us. So far, guys, we appreciate the love. Happy as always to be here. I'm baked already. I'm sorry. It's like fucking in another dimension here. Hey, Strad, what's going on, man? Producer extraordinaire.
Awesome. Great to be here. Another awesome sesh with you guys. Let's get things going in today's, show. And, if you guys are watching, thanks for watching. Subscribe, share the like, tell your friends, families, uncle, brothers, sisters, everybody. We appreciate the love. But let's get things going. Frank.
Absolutely. Thank you, K-Strad, the man who makes all this happen, folks. We appreciate it. It's going to be an awesome one, guys. We got a lot to talk about, so we're going to get through this. We got to talk about the black man who is now the leader of the neo-Nazis and what he's doing about the movement, the white nationalist movement. That's going to be crazy itself. We got to update you on R. Kelly. Homeboy just did an interview. He's actually sitting in jail right now, so we'll give you an update on that. And, of course, Jaden Smith, fucking Super Boys, apparently saving the United States one state at a time, starting with Flint, Michigan. It's going to be an awesome one, guys. Stay tuned. You're in the Cypher with the Podheads.
Yeah.
The Podheads Web Show presents Pioneers in Pot.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. You're back in the Cypher with the Podheads. Check us out on all social media. We're talking Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. Follow us at the Podheads Web Show. Subscribe, like, show some love, comment. We were going to show it right back, I promise. But we have a tradition here that we always do, so let's do this as we always do.
Yes.
And I'm back in the Cypher with a blunt. So, guys, as you can see, just rolling up some good shit here. I had to get back with a blunt. The last few times y'all see me with the peace pipe.
I know, it's like your cigar. You're the fucking Frank the Tank. You're like
like fucking George Burns. George Burns? God, I'm on fire. With the fucking puns. I can't stop. Anyway, what do you guys smoke on?
Yeah, well, I'm actually doing I'm heating this up, my nectar collector, to do some banana OG. Some stuff that I got some way back that was sitting in my fridge. I don't like to smoke all my shit at the same time. I don't like to jump back and forth. I do my greens, I'll do my dabs, I'll do this, I'll do that. I don't necessarily like to do back and forth. It's just, I feel like it's a waste. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. What do you guys think?
You collect weed like fine wines.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting. What about you, Cmoney?
I think it's so funny. Like, I'm sitting here with a little pan. You got a blunt. These guys have fucking torches and shit, bro. It's just it's amazing, right?
There's so many ways.
So cool. Right. It's so cool how we all like different things. I have, this is Skittles, actually. And it's an indica because it's a little late here, so I'm getting ready. I'm trying to get my sleeping patterns back on. As you all know, I'm struggling here, fucking circles under my eyes and shit. But Hopefully all the CBD and shit comes quick so I can fucking try it out. But this stuff helps, man. You start it when you want to go to bed, maybe like an hour before, you'd be out. And it tastes like fucking Skittles, and that's my favorite candy. So it's awesome. But hey, Strad, what do you got? What do you know? What kind of shit you got? What brand, plant?
It's actually the same stuff that Raul has. I got it in bulk though. Banana OG in the house. Yeah, we got the same stuff.
Dab Brothers.
You guys shop at the same weed market.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, I got a little bubbler here. I ended up going and getting this little bead with a, kind of like vortex type bubbler cap. And what it does, it spins the ball whenever I suck it. So it allows the oil to kind of flow all throughout and you get it all in one hit. It's like a super bong.
Did you just say it spins the balls while you suck it?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
There's a little tiny ball up in there. But yeah, it's pretty.
No, I totally get you, K-Strat. I remember I hit that thing in Tampa.
Yeah.
Incredible. That's one of those guys that you just can't do it on one. Have you ever seen the videos with these people on Instagram that's got like a sheet of fucking wax? I don't know how, bro.
My
are fun.
Oh, dude, no.
Bro, if I do too much of this pen, I'm out. Like too many hits of the pen, I'll fucking pass out, man. Because
too much of a good thing is a bad thing. You know
Well, see, smoking, I've never gotten so high that I feel like I'm gonna pass out, but I just feel like that shit would just destroy my lungs, bro.
There was this event in California where a bunch of growers, they came together and brought their best product, and they had like a big old disc, and everybody dropped. It's like a huge ball. They combined all their stuff together, and they dropped it in the middle inside of a tent. So they hotboxed the tent, and people were coming out just dying because they couldn't take it. It was just
like fucking Marine Corps boot camp coming out of the gas station.
Bro, I would just
not
be
coming out.
horrible.
Yeah, that's nuts. No, I can't, bro. I've definitely been there where I've been more higher than I really wanted to be, and I'm like, I really shouldn't have smoked that.
I think I've been there where a little too high. Or I'm just like, oh fuck.
I know. We got to get on with the show. But quick question: Where was the best place you remember smoking? Like for me, it's going to the beach, like getting how I feel right now, like really good buzz, and then just laying on the beach, dude. Like the sun, the wind, the smell, everything. Like it's so peaceful and euphoric, and you just feel like you're a part of nature. I know it sounds so stupid, but you know what I mean.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Like, when I was a kid, I used to smoke. We used to go up to my brother's apartment building in the Bronx, actually in Yonkers. And we, I was a fucking teenager, but we'd go up to the roof. And obviously, if you're from New York, there's nothing to get up on the roof of a building out there. So we'd go up to the roof and smoke, but it'd be at night. I had school during the day and shit like that. So going out above New York, in the city, being able to smoke weed at night and see the lights and get above all of it, it's serene, very peaceful. I'm sure some of y'all can relate. Yeah.
Yeah, I've traveled to, when I was in North Carolina, South Carolina. I used to go to Charleston, South Carolina. In 95 is in the middle of the state. Charleston is at the coast. So you have to go through, this diagonal path of nothing. There's nothing out there. So just like you, Frank the Tank, well, maybe not New York City, but in there's nothing. There's no lights. And you can actually see the stars more than I've ever seen. I remember pulling over and just chilling there and looking at the stars, having it out. Like it was serene. It makes you feel small. It kind of grounds you and reminds you that, holy shit, there's so much more than whatever the hell you're fucking stressed about at the moment. You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality that I was at.
Absolutely.
Enjoyed my fucking high.
Well, look, since we're talking about, experiences, what have y'all been experiencing over the past week or so? I mean, we're recording now, guys, by the way, every Wednesday, 9 o'clock, tune in. # Weed Wednesdays. Podheads web show on YouTube. So we just talked last week because now we're doing this every week. What have y'all been up to during the last week?
Yeah, bro, I didn't talk to you. I mean, this happened 2 weeks ago, but I had a fire in my house, bro. I had a fire in the bathroom. We don't know if it was electrical or what. The firefighters couldn't determine it, but we had a fucking freak fire in our bathroom. I was superhero and fire extinguisher.
You put it out?
I put it out, bro. My training kicked in. I didn't freak. My wife took the baby screaming her lungs out. I called 911. Legit, it was exactly like that. I was like, all right, here we go. Time to think. And I was like, all right, fire extinguisher. And I was just in action, bro. I didn't think. It was crazy. It looked a lot worse than what it truly ended up being. The damage was only superficial. So the fire ended up being really small and contained. So that's what the hell happened to me. And I've been dealing with all that bullshit that comes after that with the cops and investigations and all that fucking bullshit. So my week's been kind of stressed and dealing with all
the cops try to blame it on you, right?
Yeah, they couldn't determine. Yeah, the cops couldn't determine, or the investigators couldn't determine what happened. So they started asking questions, and they were looking around, and I happened to have left blunt wrappers in the trash. Okay, not a big deal. Whatever, it's legal. Have no problem. But they instinctively, I guess is the word I've used. They thought that we were smoking in there, and that's what they kept persisting to the point where they were blaming us for doing like other hard drugs like cocaine and stuff. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then it got really out of hand. They were talking about polygraph tests and DCF and taking the kids. I'm like, what? What is going on? I thought this was a fire investigation.
I called you guys for help, motherfucker.
Thank you. What? And I put the fire out. You know what I'm saying? We called for help, and they were just like, what's going on here? You know, weed's legal. What's going on? Like, what is this about? I felt racially discriminated. It was crazy. It was a whole clusterfuck, bro. This week was been nuts.
You talk about white privilege, and not for nothing. I'm not talking shit. I'm not even trying to go there.
It felt that way. You
felt discriminated against.
It felt that way.
And you know, I've been there.
So you
I've been in situations where I felt like, God damn, if I was white, would you even be questioning me about this dumb shit? Like, I called you for a fucking fire, right? And weed is legal, so it's not even, you know, that's not a question or anything. Where do you get cocaine? And we said this, you know, like, God.
Exactly, and they wouldn't let it go, and cocaine. It was crazy, guys. It was crazy, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about it.
I see you working, Cmoney. What's up?
I've never had to deal with that kind of shit because I'm fucking. At least he gives it 100, bro. At least he gives it 100. Yeah, so you feel it, man.
I can think about. I can think about is, of course, we say his name all the time, Dave Chappelle, fucking killing him softly, man. Where he goes, "Sorry, officer, I didn't know I couldn't do that." And it's just, well, now you know. So get the fuck out of here. Just get the fuck out.
Good boy, yeah, bro.
Like,
that's how I felt.
It's so sad, but it's true. But what I've been up to lately, and I just knocked all my shit all over the place, because that was hilarious. And the voice I pictured was like that stereotypical racist ass white man voice, and Raul hit it or JB hit it. But anyway, I've been brushing up on my cooking skills. It's been a while.
Yes, I seen this on Instagram, bro.
I've been kind of flooding Instagram, so if anyone who hears this likes cooking, check out Making Cmoney on Instagram. I usually post some pretty awesome food that I like to cook. And I've actually been recreating stuff that I made back in the day and reposting stuff that I used to make. So, you know, just kind of going back to my roots, a lot of family recipes. I'm Italian, you know, grandma, great-grandma type shit. So it's fun. Stress relief too. So, you know, and I feel like we're gaining momentum. We're getting bigger. We're getting more popular. So I need to really start exploiting what I like to do. And, you know, like it's social media is amazing, and it's a curse at the same time. But, you know, all the hobbies that you and I like individually, lots of people like, and you can find that as a common ground and gain that.
That's the good thing. Yeah, bro, that's the good thing.
I've seen you cook some pretty ill shit on there, bro. Definitely check out Cmoney, at Making Cmoney, if you're a foodie. Yeah. And the crazy shit is this guy, you don't work in a fucking 5-star kitchen. You're fucking with an air fryer, right? George Foreman.
You can't tell, bro. That shit looks like 5-star chef
shit. Food Network, right? The Food Network and other pages have used some of your posts.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's the one day I'll get something going to where I'll share how I can do this. I mean, you can make this for your girl or for your family at home and impress the shit out of them. And it's all household shit, man. I'm not even buying ingredients that are overpriced. You know what I mean? So
hashtag Cmunchies.
Yeah. Hashtag Cmunchies.
All right, guys, look, let's keep it moving. We all caught up. Actually, no, K-Strad, the producer extraordinaire. What have you been up to, bro?
Well, I mean, geez, Well, what can I say? I got a lot of stuff I've been working on here. You know, kind of making the videos, and you know, as you guys see in the last episode with the Toked Games, kind of learning that. Yesterday, I actually learned how to do coconut canna oil, so I should be putting that up in the videos so you guys can watch that as well on how to do that. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, I learned that myself. You know, I woke up this morning, kind of grabbed a couple teaspoons, threw it on my tea. That should taste good. It kind of tastes a little nutty, coconutty. You know, it's really really delicious. And got my morning high. Got it going. But also kind of been dealing with my dad's cancer and stuff like that. We were kind of sat down and talked about what we're going to do as far as like the next moves and what decisions we're going to take as far as the family goes. But yeah, it's been pretty interesting on the next steps, but it's been a learning process, one step at a time. And of course, if Mary Jane wasn't there, I don't know, I would go insane, but
I hear you, bro.
Nice.
It is.
But let me say,
I mean, not nice actually, but it's good that you are a dutiful son, and
exactly.
that that you take care of your old man. Not enough people take care of their parents, and they really they really need to, seriously. But just to give you a quick what I've been doing on before we keep it going, because we gotta have the weekend weed. I need my news this week. But I mean, it's been show business for me, honestly, dude. I've been talking to Christopher Blake and Tim Taylor from Caribbean on a daily basis. I've been talking to Jeremy Gomez from GCW, V from the Bagels and Shade podcast, our editor. It's just been business, bro. I've been pulling my hair out. You guys can see I'm bald.
What hair?
I've been pulling whatever my fucking pubes, like short curlies out. Stressed the fuck out. And but we're making things happen, guys. We've been getting a lot of more followers lately because in not in short part to Cmoney's efforts lately. We've been doing these interview sessions because the JB's working his ass off behind the scenes. I mean, we already told you K-Strad brings this, so I got to stay on my toes because everybody here is working hard to bring you guys this show. So we appreciate the likes. We appreciate the subscribes, the follows. Definitely. We really do, guys. Keep it up. Show love. And like we always say, we'll show it right back. But anyway, keeping it moving, I need my fix of the news. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch Fox. They're all fucking bullshit. They're all part of this media machine. I would like news from where it counts, and that is the Weekend Weed.
Hey. I gotta get a theme song, guys. A theme song.
I love that.
It's time for the Weekend Weed. It's the segment where I, JB Perez, bring you the Weekend Weed, the news in the cannabis world that I feel are important, that I found mostly on the internet, that are important to us and we should know. And I've been doing it since the beginning, and here's another segment for you guys. And let's get right into it. The first headline, guys, comes out of the government, okay? The government still plays a big part in the cannabis community. And the headline is this, boys. The FDA chief just, I believe, days ago, surprisingly resigned, okay? And that is important to the cannabis community because just recently, before he surprisingly resigned, the FDA was putting paperwork together to change the rules on CBD-infused foods and liquids. Like, he was writing a plan together. He took some high officials to make things change. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, nobody knows yet, he is surprisingly resigning. He's still in office for another month. But the news are afraid that the next guy, the FDA, might ignore, his plans. The government approved CBD just recently with the hemp bill, but that same bill gives the FDA control for foods and liquids for CBD. So now we don't know what's going to happen to the CBD-infused business, and some companies that have already kind of bet on it, that it's going to happen, already producing. Now they're going to have to eat those bills because it might not change. What do you guys think?
Would you guys do a lifestyle change where CBD was incorporated in your almost every meal and in your life? You know what I mean? Would you guys commit to something like that?
Jeremy Gomez, right? GCW. He was talking on last episode. I was watching last episode, and I said, "My God, I can't believe I never knew that." or never thought about that because it seems obvious, right? We were growing hemp back in the 1700s, 1600s. The livestock, the chickens, the cows, they ate the hemp. We smoked hemp. And we ate the chickens and the cows. So we had plenty of CBD feeding our cannabinoid system. And it seems like these interviews that we've had with Tim Taylor and other people who know about CBD, it seems like the more CBD you have in your system, the more it seems to balance you out, right? Seems to kind of keep yourself in like homeostasis. I don't know. I haven't done enough research on it. But in my opinion, I think I get plenty smoking. But I think that I wouldn't mind at all if we went back to kind of a more, if they put CBD in certain, if they put CBD in certain things, I'd be fine with it. But I just, I don't think like, oh my God, we need to get crazy, start putting shit in start putting CBD in everything. But I'm not gonna mind it if it's in lotions and soaps and
which it is now. We remember the Food and Drug Authority, right? So foods and liquids and drugs. I don't know if they deal with lotions of that nature. Tim Taylor, like you said, talked about how some companies they have no CBD in a product that they claim to have CBD.
Crazy.
So to your point, Frank the Tank. But let's keep it moving. This next headline comes from the world of sports, and I love me some sports. So when it talks about cannabis in the world of sports, I'm into it. Okay, I actually read this on ESPN, so shout out to ESPN for doing this story. Basically, the headline that got me was that the NHL's drug policy is like none of the other major sports. Okay, 28 out of 31 NHL teams reside in states where marijuana is legal in some way, shape, or form. Shit. So that's 90%. So basically, the whole league has access to legal marijuana. Okay. As I read more through this story, they basically explain how the NHL drug policy, instead of, and I think of the NFL is to punish and make an example in that fashion. The NHL's goal is to actually help if you need help, if you're abusing drugs. Okay, they are in the mindset that they're not in the Stone Age. The world feels okay about marijuana now. Okay, so they're changing their policy as recently as 2016. But the point is that they keep it anonymity until something happens, and then they go to you and then offer you help. They don't even tell the NHL. They don't even tell the NHL Players Association, okay, that you pop for a drug of abuse. And by the way, CBD is no longer a drug of abuse. THC still is. But my point is, and the headline is the NHL's doing it right. They see that not only our whole league reside in legal marijuana states, okay, but just like the society, our players are going to use it for a lot of various reasons. And if they are abusing these drugs, then we're going to give it an opportunity to help them, not punish them and make an example of it. Thoughts? What you guys think?
Yeah, I always have thoughts. I'm giving y'all a chance. I can go on every one of these.
I'm a New England Patriot fan, so I have some experience of a player when Gordon was here. He got popped for marijuana dozens of times,
Oh, we've heard about a lot of guys.
A lot of guys who use marijuana, and we use marijuana. And to guys that get kicked out of the league for using marijuana, it's not fair. Take heed from your brother, NHL.
I'm all about NHL. I'm all for it. NHL. I'm not a big fan of hockey myself, but kudos to the NHL for that. I think that if you're just being honest and you're not trying to appeal to the shareholders, then fucking weed ain't gonna hurt none of your athletes, and that weed is not going to lead them into using other drugs that is already banned and tested for anyway.
And that's the point, Frank the Tank. Exactly.
So
they take it to society's norms now. They change with the times. Okay, marijuana is not a performing enhancing drugs. Guys use it to sleep. Guys use it for inflammation. Guys use it for rest, for hunger. It's not it's not a fucking steroid. Anyways, guys, you guys are high because I can see you guys are like, what? NHL drugs?
Yeah, I love it. I'm into sports. I'm into it.
Cool. All right, so let's go. Last headline, guys. In the weekend weed comes out of here in America, and it comes out of education. Okay, so we got a little bit of everything. A lot more colleges are offering cannabis-based courses more than ever in New York and Massachusetts, in states where it's not even legal yet, like Ohio, North Carolina. They're offering more and more courses on cannabis, but not only like the plant, but in cultivation, in business, in marketing. Even Harvard has a business course on selling marijuana. Okay.
Shit.
So even the education industry is seeing that there is going to be a gap in workers, right? It's, the numbers are like something like already 200,000 jobs have been created since legalization. 500,000 will be created in the next 2-3 years after that. So those workers got to come from somewhere. We're talking about lab people. We're talking about grow houses. We're talking about botanists, doctors, chemists, quality insurance, dispensary workers. I mean, the list goes on and on. These jobs got to be filled by educated professionals, and the education industry is saying, yeah, let's open our doors. And again, go with the norms of society. The train is moving, that minds are changing. Let's do this. Big shout out to them. They're always.
What would you guys do if you could be involved in the cannabis industry besides obviously this badass podcast? I would definitely like to be either a salesman or obviously a store owner, but I don't have a green thumb. JB, I know I think you would want to be a grower or agricultural
Definitely.
something. But
Absolutely.
Frank, K-Strad, what would you guys
I've always said that my dream, my ideal retirement would be to buy like some property, some land, have my own little farm. And I'm not talking about,
you have the thumb too, huh?
Yeah, bro, I would love to grow my own veggies.
I would have
and
horses.
fruit.
I can't do it.
Yeah, a couple of chickens, couple of cows. Grow a little bit of weed. I would love to smoke my own weed, man. Smoke my own weed for sure. I tell you what, I won't fuck with. I know it's a little off subject, but miniature animals. Somebody's been, miniature horses, cows. I'm out. I'm just saying, they freak me out.
They're super cute. Oh my god, I guess that's a conversation for another day. We're gonna get into that.
We'll talk later about that, sir.
I had a friend that had a micro pig. It was this big. It was cool.
Cute, right? Those cute.
It was cool.
Horses, they look deformed, right? Yeah, they don't look right. Anyways, and that's the weekend weed. I had to do my dance again, y'all. That's my new dance. I got to get a theme song for something like that. Hashtag weekend weed. If you like what you saw, if you hated it, tell me I suck. Tell me you love me. We need the subscribes. We need the comments. Yeah, hashtag weekend weed, y'all.
And if you have any music you would like to donate to the Podheads for said weekend weed, please do.
Give me something. Give me a little a jig. You see that I like to do my shoulders, right? That's what I need. A little bit of shoulder movement.
I could see it with like little cheeky banana, like little
maracas. No, I gotta wear a suit. I gotta be able to move and wear a suit. So.
It's on the shoulders.
Yeah,
it's like a Dutch rudder. You get a little Dutch rudder action going in there. All right.
What do we got next?
Make a point. You know what I'm talking about, guys. We're talking about the weekend weed. We're talking about science behind weed, and there's something about weed. Everybody knows, it has different effects on different people. And I had like this, I don't know if I would call it a profound realization, but I had this realization about myself that when I'm baked, I tend to be like almost twice as empathetic as I normally am. Okay.
And you don't like little animals? What are you talking about here?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is like, it's like, I just tend to feel more. And, it increases. Certain drugs increase, your empathetic system, whatever. But for some reason, bud really happens to that to me. I find myself to be a lot more emotional when I'm baked. And not just one direction or the other. Like, I might be more happy for somebody else's good news when I'm baked. I might be, more proud of putting something together. Hell, you ever like drop something and catch it and you're like, fucking, like
Spider-Man over here. Yeah.
So, only when I'm baked though. Only when I'm baked do I give a shit that much. Really, people say you care less when you're baked. I actually care more when I'm baked. And I don't know if you guys experience the same thing, bro. I cannot watch a sad movie when I'm baked without fucking almost tearing up, bro.
Yeah.
If I see a movie about something that I would normally watch and be like, oh, damn, that's fucked up or that's crazy. If I'm baked, I'm sitting here like, fucking.
So you're crying like a little bitch, huh?
Would you think that's?
I watched The Lion King High the other day, bro, and fucking had a
You see the trailer for the new one?
Would you think that could probably be like dependency or something like that? Maybe. Like,
no, I think it has to do, like, I always thought that weed makes you just more of who you are. It opens up all of you, okay? If you just like you said, you feel more on either side of the spectrum, okay? It just makes you more of that. So if you are empathetic, even a little bit, you smoke a little weed, you're gonna be a little bit extra empathetic. You know, if you're a little angry, you might smoke a little weed, and something gets you mad, you might be a little extra angry. Okay,
it definitely improves, a lot. Well, I'm just saying because I had this discussion with my mom, and she's like, I told her, I was like, yeah, it makes me better. My music is better. My creativity is better, and like everything that I do. And she's like, you're lying. That's just because you're depending on it, and you could be like that, but you could be better without it. And I'm just like. No, you don't know.
That's a fact, man.
Should we go down the list of people who wouldn't be better without it? Yeah. Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, the Beatles. Shall we get into artists? I mean, everything makes everything better. I guess, you know what? I like that, Jay, because it makes me feel better about myself now. Hearing that, I'm like, damn, weed just makes me better. Brings out my better
It
self.
makes you more of what you already are.
And I am an empathetic person by nature. I tend to always happen to put myself in other people's shoes. So I try not to judge anybody, about shit. But I feel like maybe my time in the military has kind of hardened me a little bit to the point where I do have a hard time showing certain emotions and a hard time communicating with people certain ways. But if I'm baked, it's easy peasy. So I don't know. Do you guys feel more empathetic when you're baked?
Sure.
I don't feel. I don't know about the anger thing. It makes me
I don't feel
less angry. It neutralizes me. If I'm ever in that state. But
I want to kill you.
I don't know, dude. It doesn't make me. I guess it would make me more sympathetic, maybe. But that's really it. But like, it just mellows me, and that's the best part. That's really all it does for me, and that's what I depend on. It removes negativity too. It's very strange how that works. Yeah, that's what it does.
I believe, as far as weed making you more something, I think if you are already a twitchy person, you could become more twitchy, like schizophrenic type of thing. I read a study where teenagers who would smoke have more risk of becoming schizos. And I believe that because when I was younger, I would think all the time, imagine your feelings, you're into your feelings, you're susceptible to bullying. And again, weed just makes you more of what you already are. So if they're already in that state, they're already going to get more into that state, and that's no good. Right. So again, I just believe if you are empathetic, if you have some empathy in your stomach, if you have some sympathy in your heart, and you smoke a little weed, you're going to be a little bit more. And you're right. And I said, that it brings you more anger. I guess not. Maybe when I was trying to say, in my opinion or my experience, is that when I get upset, I don't hold back per se. I don't necessarily try to fight anybody or anything like that. But I say what I want to say. I don't think about what they think of me. I don't think about how they're going to react. I just say whatever the fuck I want to say if I'm in an argument and my filter comes off. So it just makes you more of what you already are, what you want to say, man. It's just a wonder drug, man.
Sure. Absolutely. Okay, guys, look, we're running a little long. Let's take a break, okay? We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to give you an update on R. Kelly. You probably already know, but if you haven't seen the interview, we're going to talk about that and some other things. We'll be right back. It's the Podheads.
I watch Netflix all the time, so we're going to start right there. Black Mirror What is it? Bandersnatch. Every time I say the word, I think of Cumbersnatch or Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch?
The
Like
actor,
Benedict
yeah.
You know, the
Exactly.
Bandersnatch sounds like a really kinky German game. You know, like something has to do with sex. You know,
Yeah,
want to play Bandersnatch today? Something like that.
Exactly. You think of this. All right. What's up? You're back in the cipher with the Podheads at the Podheads web shows on all social media platforms, Instagram, definitely on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you for sticking with us. We're moving on with the web show here. Frank wants to recap R. Kelly and other rich folk that are out here doing crazy shit. Frank the Tank, what we got, dog?
R. Kelly is having a complete and utter meltdown before our eyes. This is just something like you've never seen before. And if you haven't seen it, you need to Google Gayle King, CBS This Morning, R. Kelly, or just Google R. Kelly, because the only thing that's trending right now is the interview. So much so that it overshadowed some of the other things that I wanted to talk about, because if you haven't seen the video, I can't do it any justice.
Right.
This man broke down. And we'll play a clip. This man broke down, and you can see he's screaming, crying at the top of his lungs. They had to take a break.
Not a good look.
Because they had to calm him down. Yeah. He's talking about how he can't see his kids, about the child support, about how this is, I've been working my ass off for 30 years, making music, and people are shitting all over me. But he would not answer the direct question.
Exactly. Oh, it's not a good look at all. You were crying and yelling and screaming. You were like just distracting. He looked guilty in the motherfucker.
I'm fighting for my life.
He looks guilty as hell. And you're right, Frank, that he didn't mention not one time anything about the charges, anything about the allegations, nothing about Aaliyah, nothing about child pornography, nothing. It was all about me.
He's like, he's definitely crazy, bro. Gayle King came straight out and asked him, okay, did you ever sleep? She said something about she said, did you sleep with anybody under 17? And he said, no. And then she said, so you're telling me that every single woman, all these people are lying, this, that, and the third. This motherfucker starts coming out with, they pay me out to be the devil. He was just like avoiding all the answers. Instead of just coming straight out and giving straight answers, he's like, they're paying me to be a devil. I'm not a devil. Woe is me. Everybody, the 50 some odd people that have been involved in this documentary, and the hundreds of people that are involved in the investigation. By the way, Detroit is investigating him as well. And I mentioned on the last episode, wait for the next couple of states to start hitting him too. So you can already see Michigan's in on this. So he's done. But what I really wanted to focus on, go on and watch that video. It's crazy. Was that the fact that same evening or the next day, that weekend, Gayle King interviewed his girlfriends. Plural. The two girls that live with him, whose parents the documentary kind of centered on, Azriel Clary and Jocelyn Savage, both 21 and 23 now, have been living with R. Kelly for years, according to their parents, before they were legal. Okay.
Right. Under 17.
Yeah. So they did this interview, and a lot of people might not have heard about this yet. So if you haven't, check this out. They came out basically shitting all over their parents, talking about how the only reason why their parents are against R. Kelly is because because they were trying to extort him for money, and deals or blackmail didn't work out for them. That they live with him, they're happy that none of those allegations are true.
They're happy because they're getting rich out, man. They're over 17 now. They're adults. They're partying. They're living the high life. But just like probably you were under 17. You may not think so, but when you're under 17, you don't know any better. You said that last episode when we talked R. Kelly, is that these kids may feel something, may believe something, but they're too young. They have no wisdom. They don't know what's right and what's wrong. Whether you're 14, 15, 16, 17, or whatever number of, age allegations. R. Kelly is done, bro. And I have no sympathy for that guy. And he just looked embarrassing.
I'm fighting for my life.
It was not a good look. Crying, grown man. I mean, man up at least. Answer the questions. That, first of all, is a dumb thing to do an interview. If you're smart and your lawyers were smart, they'll tell you to sit in your house and shut the hell up. But you're not very smart, and it's toast for you, bro.
I think he's in desperation mode. Hey, by the way, if you haven't heard, on top of all this, he's back in jail. Okay, Illinois, Chicago, basically charged him with being late, or he owes money to child support. $161,000 in back due child support he owes right now, and so they locked him up. And you know what this is, bro. Once the government wants you, once the PONAC, the police, the man, whatever you call them, once they want you, that's it. They have what is called an unlimited amount of resources, which means
really, it's true.
All day, every day, they're going to be fucking with you once they want you. And they want R. Kelly. So now he's back in jail for child support. They say he can't get out until he pays it. R. Kelly says, I only got $300,000 in the bank.
Oh, man.
That's what he says. All he got left, because people apparently have been stealing from him. He says managers and friends and family who have had access to his bank account has been stealing.
Everybody's pulling back too. Like at least I know Celine Dion pulled a lot of their songs that they had together. Like some other artists is just crazy. Like, and
maybe all your friends are stealing from you now, bro, because they're shitty people anyway. But just like you said, everybody's pulling out, bro. They're taking what they can and bouncing on your ass because you're caught up, bro. Your time is up. That doesn't change the fact that you're a goddamn pedophile and been essentially your whole damn life.
Yeah.
So anyway, fucking.
Cmoney, he's in desperation mode. What do you think?
I mean, it goes without saying. It's crazy that he even thinks that he's going to get any sort of sympathy. He's pissing on kids. He's banging kids. It's fucking super weird and gross. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? I just don't understand. Obviously, he's got tons of issues. No sympathy whatsoever. Like I said, you can rot in jail. And it's even more fucked up that people around him knew, arguably, that he was doing these things, and they were just making mad money off of him, so they kept silent too. And those people are just as guilty in my opinion, but you know what, it's also, to play devil's advocate, we don't know what it's like to live in that high life. I mean, imagine if we were worth $100 million right now, but we knew some really dark shit. Would you really say something? We can't imagine, because we don't know what that lifestyle's like, you know what I'm saying? So
we brought it up in the
playing that advocate, I'm not saying it's justified. Fuck that guy. It's a shame. It's a shame for all those kids.
K-Strat, if you were king for the day, K-Strat, so you're the ruler of all the land, king for a day, what would be R. Kelly's punishment, bro? How would you punish R. Kelly?
Eye for an eye. Eye for an eye.
Give him the chair.
Eye for an eye.
Nah, honestly, like, he just...
unmute your mic, brother.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, yeah, I'm muted here. But, honestly, I just think that he's just all cut up, like you said. He showed his colors in this interview, like just his attitude, how he expressed himself. Like, he showed those angers. I mean, the anger, management thing that he has. So all that is just gonna come out to light. And honestly, I would, if I would give him, I would probably give him like 30 to maybe 50 years.
Dude, that's life, bro. That's the rest of his damn life.
That's all you would give him. If you could choose a punishment and you're in like ancient Rome, that's all you would give him is 30, 50 years for fucking kids. Let me
that's it?
Repeat that.
Let me put my my cap on here for a second. I remember seeing a picture of a medieval torture. Now, I don't know if you guys are on my side, but I think we should bring back medieval torture. Maybe not public, because some of them are really fucked up, but medieval torture nonetheless. Like, imagine what I saw was what they used to do to pedophiles was they used to tie them, bound them behind their backs, their hands behind their backs, sit them down, and they would have, they'd be pantsless. And they would have rats eat at their genitals while they would sit there alive, obviously. There was no painkillers or anything at the time. Now, imagine if that was the punishment today. You think pedophile shit would drop the rate? If you knew that was going to happen to you, rather you're going to get like a couple years in a jail. No, rats are going to eat your dick. I think that shit would drop. Now, imagine if you were a murderer. You murdered some chick. You raped some chick. And imagine if your punishment was something really brutal, like being in one of those like steel fucking chambers with the spikes that close. Like, I think you would think twice about raping that chick if that was your punishment, bro. For real.
What was that called? Something, the Iron Lady or some shit like that. Iron Maiden. Oh, you know what? So you're a believer in Hammurabi. You're all about eye for an eye. You think, or at least let
think that the rates of those things would drop.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 lashings if you steal a candy bar.
Off with your hand.
JB, king for a day, JB. What do you do with R. Kelly for his transgressions?
I mean, this is my world, so fuck civil shit. Eye for an eye, bro. You probably get sodomized in some way or shape or fashion. I mean, you probably get pissed on too. Everything that you did to those little girls, bro. I have no idea. Sex cult and slaves. You know it was not love. Okay, let me just say that. So whatever he did, that dude gets right back by some hairy, big black guy in jail. And that's what for 30 to 50 years, like Frank said.
If I could,
constant bonage,
like Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I was just gonna say it, you son of a bitch. I was gonna say it.
I hope they hog tie you, and then I hope they rape you in their basement for 10 years.
I hope they rape you, bro.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Speaking of punishments, we gotta move on to the next person who. I don't know if he's ever really going to get punished. I smell a rat, and I will tell you, it's in New England. It stinks to high heaven. The Patriots are a cesspool. Robert Kraft. Everybody knows he got caught getting a fucking handy and a Hummer in the Asian, sensation spa in Jupiter, Florida.
That's not what it was, but yeah.
I forget the name of it, but everybody knows. Apparently, they got him on video.
That's what the cops say, yeah.
Well, I just read an article that says Robert Kraft has not only lawyered up and pled not guilty, but he's also asked for a trial by a bench trial. So no jury, okay? And unless you've been arrested, you might not know what a bench trial is, but I just explained it. I'm not saying I've been arrested more than 2-3 times. I'm just saying. Anyway, bench trial. You basically just say, I don't want a jury involved. I want the judge to decide my fate. Now, any and everybody knows that you're fucking crazy if you're going to let your fate be decided by one fucking old bastard sitting in that damn judge's whatever, okay? But not if you're a billionaire named Robert Kraft. And that's where I think the shady shit is going on. You plead not guilty when they got your ass on tape. He lawyered up with some of the best lawyers. By the way, the lawyers that he lawyered up with are guys that's been working with around the Trump campaign, okay, and around the Trump administration. So you add Trump lawyers, which happen to be some of the best in the nation. You had billions of dollars. You had a bench trial. And then this guy who's clearly on tape pleads not guilty. I smell a fucking rat, bro. They're going to go through every goddamn loophole they can find. They're going to use every little shit. And they're going to end up, and watch, bro, dropping the trial. I'm going to be so pissed. Don't fucking.
What is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? You would get okay. All right. First of all, we were just talking about offline or even on, I don't remember now, about how some cops are shit, some cops are dirty. We don't know. They can write on the report whatever they want. They say they got him on tape. All right, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But he and his billions of dollars and his lawyer friends are betting that they can beat it. That's what a lawyer is paid to do. Now, just for full disclosure, I am biased because I am a Patriot fan and I know him more personally than you two clowns.
Yeah. So he has lunch with Robert Kraft on.
Yes, in my dreams, but more often than you guys do. And he gives to the community. He is a good dude. And again, if he got a handy You know, you got a handy.
Okay, yes, take
But
it like
he got
a man.
caught.
Okay,
That's
you're
fine.
fine.
Understand.
And
All right,
then-
let me. I understand. He got a handy. It is not a crime to get a handy. He just got caught up in a Chinese place that was doing sex trafficking. So he's gonna get the best lawyers and say, "I'm not a sex trafficker. Fine, give me a misdemeanor for getting a handy for prostitution." But he is protecting himself for the word of sex trafficking. Trust me, okay? You would get a handy too if you're in Vietnam or fucking Bangkok or Japan or wherever maybe where the norm was. Maybe he knows these. He goes to
in Jupiter, Florida.
In Jupiter, Florida, right? He went to the norm. He just got caught up in the situation. He's an idiot. He should have paid for somebody to come to his house, like
With
all
that
the
kind of
rich,
money?
crazy people do. But again, what else is he supposed to do?
I'll
Again,
tell you what he's supposed to do. He's a fucking idiot, number one. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, it's over. But, I mean, and I remember even Mr. Gomez giving me shit, too, saying that's why I'm broke and he's rich because he didn't spend that much money. Okay, well, look where he is now, number one. Number two, with that kind of money, bro, even spending $100,000 to get a badass escort discreetly using your resources, $100,000 is nothing to that motherfucker. Spend $100,000 to ensure your security.
He's a
Fuck
frugal
him.
guy.
You go to
bro.
Jupiter, Florida, some busted up grenade-looking Asians to give you a fucking ugly, mushy, shitty handy. No, fuck him.
Check this out. And whatever's your bag, baby. If you're into fucking bony Asians, then that's what you're into. But he's not. Let's clarify something, Jay Bizzle. He's not being charged with human sex trafficking.
No, I'm not saying he was.
Oh, I know
Just
that.
The word is there.
Dude, the prosecutors have exonerated him from any knowledge. They say we don't believe he had any knowledge of human sex trafficking. So that's not even on the table. He's being charged with 2 misdemeanor counts of
prostitution.
Soliciting a prostitute.
Okay, like every other John in every other city.
Sure. And
okay.
Just like every other John in every other country, he should fucking face the man.
He is facing the man right in front of him, the judge and his lawyers.
Guilty.
Okay, he's a rich guy. I mean, it's just the truth, bro. It's just think about if you had the money, you would not plead guilty. It's just the game. We know the law is the game, and it's a cash business. Okay, the government.
Dude,
all I'm saying is that
you who just spoke about being profiled by the police. About being Latino and about, you know, you're living.
Bro, I am biased in a motherfucker. We just want a Super Bowl. He can't do no wrong. He just wants a handy.
All I'm saying, yeah, exactly. All I'm saying is this guy wanted to get his dick wet, and he was just caught in the middle of the action, like, oh, like shit. Now he's just trying to kind of weasel his way out of it because he's got the money.
Right.
You know, so why not? You know,
I'm just saying, a bad guy.
If I had
He's not a bad guy.
I would just be like, "Fuck, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me."
Hey, it's the same. I tell him the same shit I told 21 Savage. Take it like a fucking man, bro. You let your visa expire. Take your asshole across the fucking pond. Get your shit together and come on back. Robert Kraft, you fucked up. Pay your fines.
That's it.
Do your fucking, pay whatever the hell you got to do, and keep it moving.
For a Patriot.
Nobody cares. Yeah, I don't
That's
care.
what it is, and that's why he's kind of feeding the fire. Why get all these lawyers for? Yeah. Usually, you just go by yourself and be like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I got
my bad,
my bad."
But you know what? He should have bought American. You're right, Frank K. Strad. You're the owner of the Patriots, and you went to an Asian spot. How dare you, sir?
American.
Yeah, go American. I bet you wouldn't have been caught up in American spot. Just saying. Let's keep it moving, though.
Crazy, dude.
I'm a son of a bitch. Let's keep it moving. What if I told you that the leader of one of the largest neo-Nazi groups in the country was a black man?
Like Dave Chappelle?
Clayton Bigsby. No.
I love that episode, bro. That's a bad.
Yes, I've heard about this, Frank. Bro, this is wild, bro.
Yeah, James Hart.
How?
James Hart Stern. He's I think a 54-year-old black man. Trying to see which. He's now the president of the National Socialist Movement, and I believe they're out of South Carolina, not far from Charlottesville. Well, he has managed to take over the neo-Nazi group. He became legit on paper the president. And when I was sitting here thinking about this, I was like, how the fuck did this man pull this off? Because I felt like this had to be all through social media, maybe a series of emails, but no, in person. I'll give you the quick rundown. He managed to convince the former president, who was involved in a lawsuit where he was going to be found or could have been found culpable in the deaths of the people in the Charlottesville riots. You remember the guy who ran the car through?
Yes.
So they were blaming it on this group for fanning the flames, for starting it all. So basically, there were families that were suing that group, the National Socialist Movement, or that group. They were being sued, and the president of that group, if you give me 2 seconds, I'll give you his name. Last name is Shope. What the hell's his name?
Anything's possible nowadays, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get where the story's going. That's crazy. But go ahead, bro.
God damn it. Last name's Shope. I can't remember his name.
All right.
Anyway, last name is Shope. The guy he used to be the president, right? So they're suing the dude, and they're basically saying it's your fault people got ran over. Well, Mr. Stern, the black dude, comes in and says, listen, man, we got to work together to try to kind of prove that you guys aren't all what the media is making you out to be. I think the best way to do this so that you can avoid the most collateral damage is to sign over the group to me.
The
Bro,
fucking
he sold
hood.
a fucking ketchup popsicle to a lady in white gloves, an umbrella to a fish,
Oh, snow to an icicle or whatever.
Eskimo.
God.
Eskimo. But
Yeah,
exactly,
that's
bro.
crazy.
This
Bro,
guy-
it makes perfect sense though. The guy was okay. So it's not necessarily the KKK. It's just the socialist. So it's like a subsection of
Yeah, exactly. It's the
Okay.
KKK in disguise.
In
That
disguise,
shit's
sure.
federally illegal.
Yeah.
So, or I'm not sure if it is. I thought it was. But anyway, National Socialist Movement is another way of saying, fucking, we're KKK, we're neo-Nazis. It just legitimizes them for business.
That is wild. I mean, wild for them because they were just saving their own skin, essentially. I mean, they're giving up their white privilege, or whatever they would call it, whatever they would call it, by giving it to a black guy of all people. And then this black guy is just playing like a damn fiddle, bro. Just like
Yes, and the whole problem is, I guess I missed this, but the whole purpose of this is to take him down. He
Right.
has now submitted basically turned over the group to a national civil rights lawyer and has said, listen, I'll give you access to all of our records, anything you want. Go ahead, do your investigation and
like
take these
a
motherfuckers down.
fiddle, bro. That's what they get. That's what they get for being racist, then for trying to save their own skin, for all of that, bro. That's what they get, bro. That is wild,
Yeah,
bro.
I think it's just like it's a cover, it's a perfect like way to kind of disguise like the whole like neo-Nazis like, hey, we get a black guy, they'll never know, but, when they finally figured out, it's like, oh shit, we got figured out, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
straight Dave Chappelle right there.
Yeah, that's straight Dave
I
Chappelle.
wonder why, as I was reading it, I'm like, did he get this? Did he
Yeah.
watch this shit and say, oh my god? Yeah.
Does he
Like,
know? Like,
You know, he must be laughing his ass off. He's like, I have a mind.
Totally outsmarted them. Great job. James Hart Stern. Just Google that name. You'll
What up
see
for him,
all the
bro?
information on the story. I got this story from Woke Sloth. I thought that was just a name for a website. But yeah, it's, I mean, pretty
Shout
damn.
out to everybody who does this shit non-violently too, man. A la Martin Luther King style. You know what I mean? They're playing these guys get rid of racism by playing whatever games they got to non-violently. So yeah, big ups to these guys.
Yeah, put one in the air for James Hart Stern. Definitely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And did you guys see that on the headlines anywhere? Did you guys see that on Fox News anywhere?
I heard it from you, bro.
It's a sub story. Yeah.
I read it online, but I also seen like the riots that have been going on. Some people have actually like been concerned that this could be something that's like rising in the background that can later be a huge issue down the line.
Matter of fact, that's a good point, K-Strad, because if I'm him, he's got to be in fear for his life at this point. I mean, he just embarrassed one of the largest neo-Nazi groups and that side of the United States. So
that's a good point. Yeah, we never think about those things, right? The after, right? When the movie ends, what happens afterwards?
Or just you're in the middle of that climax where, oh shit, you got caught. Like, now what? You know, like
I definitely want to follow him and see where that's
going. Yeah, definitely. Yep.
But anyway, we got to take a break. Let's kick it over to K-Strad for his segment, Toked Games.
Awesome. Yeah, we got a little surprise for you guys. This is, I was thinking about what I really wanted to bring up next. And, I was like, well, something that nobody's ever done before. We're going to be talking about the top 3 games that are most psychedelic. So if you want to go get some shrooms or, maybe get a little bit extra baked and you want to enjoy these games, this is probably what you're going to like. So check this out.
¿Qué onda, my fellow gamers? What's going on? This is your boy K-Strad with another segment of Toked Games. I'm really excited to show you guys what I have in store for y'all, because it's going to get trippy and maybe a little weird. So stay tuned for today's segment of Toked Games. Have you ever had a psychedelic experience? Was it a good one? Was it a bad one? The world may never know. One thing's for sure, though. If you were to ever play one of these games while on that experience, it will most definitely be enhanced. So in today's episode, I'm going to tell you the top 3 games you can play while on this experience. Check this out.
Number 3, most trippy, Batman Arkham Knight, is a 2015 action-adventure game developed by Rockstar Studios and published by Warner Brothers Entertainment. Set 1 year after the events of my 2011's Batman Arkham City, this game's main storyline follows me, Batman, as I confront Scarecrow, who has launched an attack on Gotham City, causing a city-wide evacuation. Scarecrow, with the help of mysterious Arkham Knight, came together to unite my greatest foes in an attempt to finally try to destroy me. This game is presented from a third-person perspective, with a primary focus on my melee combat, stealth abilities, detective skills, and gadgets. You can freely move me around the open world of Gotham City, interacting with characters and undertaking missions, and unlocking new areas by progressing through the main story and obtaining new equipment. Just remember that combat focuses on chaining attacks together against the numerous of foes you will be facing. Also, use the gadgets in the environment to silently eliminate the enemies. Arkham Knight introduces my Batmobile as a playable vehicle, which is used for transportation, puzzle solving, and combat. Don't be fooled by Scarecrow's demise. He will try to use your weakness against you. Only you have the power to overcome and defeat Arkham Knight once and for all. Be advised that the open world in this game is dark and is sure to deliver a small dosage of enhanced sense to your psychedelic experience. When you're deep into a blunt of sticky sativa, these scenes of mind-breaking can be extremely startling. Furthermore, remember, I do not condone the use of drugs. Batman is drug-free since 1939.
Wowzers, Batman. Jeez, that gave me the chills. Seeing all those jokers around his head, telling him to shoot. Wow, I'm gonna have nightmares. But nonetheless, the open world graphics, the fighting combos, and the sparkly little lights that come about when you hit certain enemies is sure to give you a pretty darn good trip. But still is not good enough for this next pick. Check this out.
Lollipop Chainsaw, number 2's most trippy. This game is developed by Grasshopper Manufacturer for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 video game consoles.
Lollipop Chainsaw is a hack and slash video game in which players play as Juliet as she fights through hordes of zombies. Juliet can use melee attacks, dodges, and high and low attacks with her chainsaw. Zombies can be beaten into a groggy state, during which they can instantly be killed with a chainsaw. Gold medals can be earned by defeating zombies, smashing objects, and rescuing classmates. Throughout her journey, Juliet is accompanied by her boyfriend, Nick, who is a disembodied head hanging from her waist. At certain points in the game, Nick's head can be attached to a decapitated zombie's body, during which the player will rhythmically press buttons in order to have him move about and clear the way for Juliet. By obtaining Nick tickets, Juliet can activate the Nick Roulette, in which various moves can be performed using Nick's head, such as a bombarding attack or making masses of zombies groggy. As the game progresses, Juliet will also receive the Chainsaw Dash, which allows her to charge with her chainsaw and fly off ramps, and the Chainsaw Blaster, a long-range weapon used for the blasting of enemies. Throughout the game, Juliet can also collect lollipops, which allows her to recover health. The boss fights are intense and full of mind-boggling scenes, like the evil boss chicken that hatches from an egg that descends from the heavens. This game will take you to a psychedelic realm that will melt your brain into goo and make you feel submerged into a colorful, gory, and odd environment. Nonetheless, this game will sure enhance your trip to a totally new level.
Weird. This game definitely deserves a number 2 pick. I mean, running around with your boyfriend's head on your waist, slaying zombies with a chainsaw, killing huge boss chickens, and then the colors, the array of colors after you eat that mushroom. You're definitely going to have a super duper experience with this one. Either way, moving on to a number 1 pick. Check this out.
Number 1's most trippy, BioShock Infinite. This number 1 title comes as a first-person shooter video game developed by Irrational Games and published by Toked Games. The game is set in the year 1912 and follows its protagonist, former Pinkerton, Agent Booker DeWitt, who is sent to the urban city of Columbia to find a young woman, Elizabeth, who has been held captive there for most of her life. Booker gains powers and abilities through vigors, gears, and infusions, all scattered around Columbia. Vigors, the equivalent of BioShock's plasmids, grant activated powers such as creating shockwaves, releasing bolts of electricity, and machine possession. Like previous BioShock games, the player uses a combination of weapons, clothing called gear that offered unique attributes, and psychokinetic powers granted through vigors. Each piece of gear attaches to one of 4 specific slots: hats, shirts, boots, and pants. Booker can traverse Columbia both on foot and by riding the skyline. The player activates a wrist-mounted tool called the Skyhook that Booker and enemies wear to jump and hang onto the self-powered tracks. Elizabeth's powers can also be used to help fight hostile forces. In the contrast of limited spaces, the underwater city of Rapture and the openness of Columbia provides more dynamic combat, including combat that takes place abroad, the city skyline roller coaster. While exploring Columbia, the player and Elizabeth can find various useful items such as cash, food, medical kits, ammunition, and salts. Vending machines present throughout Columbia can be used by supplies and powerful upgrades for weapons and vigors. As the player progresses through the city, he is opposed by various enemies, classified into 3 groups: standard enemies, heavy hitters, and basic security automata. This game will twist you.
Outstanding. BioShock Infinite, with its steampunk environment and its fluid first-person weapons, is surely to give you an experience that'll take you out of this world. So next time you find yourself with a big old blunt of some sticky sativa and you're looking for something to do, you might want to give BioShock a chance. Well, that concludes today's segment of Toked Games. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, please go like, subscribe, follow, share, all the above. Tell your uncles, brothers, sisters, everybody about me. And if you want to know more about games, well, this is a place to do it. Always remember, keep your tacos safe, and we'll see you next time on Toked Games.
Awesome. Welcome back, guys. Thank you guys for watching and sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed that show. I'm going to bring some more stuff for you guys next week, so keep on watching. Remember, go and subscribe, hit the like, and always show some love. You know, tell your friends, uncles, brothers, sisters, everybody in your family. We appreciate the love. But yeah, you know, if you guys got a psychedelic game you guys, you know, thought should have been up there, let me know in the comments, and we'll get to it. But guys, what were what do you guys think? What were the most psychedelic games you all ever played?
Dude, the trippiest by far, and I'm struggling to think now, but by far the trippiest game I ever played, I believe it was like Far Cry 5 or 4. It was when they were in the jungle, you know, and there was like all these different, you know, you'd go in on a cutscene and you'd take some tea and you'd be tripping and you'd be like in some fucking cloud land chasing a shadow tiger. Have you ever played Far Cry? I mean,
it's not 5 though, but Far Cry itself. No, I've never, you know, The Dark Knight is the only thing that comes to my mind because of the Scarecrow intro, you know, and that pretty much stays with the whole game, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't think of anything trippy. Yeah, the Joker scenes, it is trippy a little, especially when you're high. I can't think of anything else, and that was pretty recent. So
yeah, see, I did shrooms one time, and I played what was it, Mario Go-Kart. It wasn't really as trippy, but it was a 64. And that, I mean, I was just like, oh, I'm like sinking into the seat, like the pixels, like it was abnormal for me. So, and it was awesome, the colors and everything.
I would say trippy, most like vibrant colors, psychedelic. Like if I were to trip and play, it would be Doom. Because Doom is first person, all the guns shoot different neon colors, and the enemies explode into different blood.
Fucking seizure while playing.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah. And if you play online, it's even more crazy. So that would be my psychedelic game, Doom.
They didn't care about freaking that kind of stuff back then, man. They were like, lights.
Yeah. You remember the Simpsons episode where they're fucking seizing on the ground from the Japanese? So funny.
I love the Simpsons, man.
I wasn't allowed to watch the Simpsons when I was.
You were, bro. I feel bad.
At first, I wasn't too, but
yeah. My mom hated Ren and Stimpy. She
hated it. That's why. That shit was fucked up,
bro.
Yeah,
there was a scene where they were like in the shower, and then like both of them, like there was just like actual tits there.
Yeah,
and, like, I was just like, you know, cartoon tits.
It was a little sexual.
It was so sexual, yeah.
All right.
Cool. So don't we got Cmoney's Burn My High? Is that what it is?
Yes, sir. Cmoney's always mad. He's perpetually in a bad mood. Of course, unless he smokes. So certain motherfuckers tend to burn his high, just blow his whole shit. And I enjoy hearing about it just because it's fucking funny.
So let me lean back.
Yeah, Cmoney, what you got?
So the last week, or let me try that again. So last time we did this, it was stuff that bothered me in everyday life, things around the house and all that. And this time, it's actually another social media encounter. Now, as you guys know, like I'm always trying to be a funny person, making people laugh, just one of those people. And I do it on social media too. I'll try to make a joke. Sometimes people get offended, as they do. And it's when they go out of their way to attack me personally just because they get offended. And that's when I have to really like dig into these people. Otherwise, I just let it go.
I give you a reason to fucking.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the best part, and it's the best part about all this is that they lost before they even started typing because they're being the smaller person. I love it. So as you're gonna see a clip of a really, really jacked chick I forgot how much she's able to deadlift here, but it's hundreds of pounds. Like my back would snap in half. Like the girl's totally a beast. I could never do this. She's a total animal, and she's a beautiful girl too. Now, me being the jokester that I am, and kind of the cynical person that I am, my comment that you're gonna see pop up here, these little screenshots of my encounters, says, "But can she cook eggs and not crack the yolk?" So, like, again, I'm just totally being
such a male chauvinist.
And the funny part is, I spelled yolk wrong the first time because so someone called me out on that, so I had to edit that. So that was really funny. So it got some buzz. It has a couple hundred likes and things like that. So that's pretty funny. So I'm just going to read down the screenshots here as you guys can follow along with me. So the first person here says, Christopher Michael, can you do at least 5 frog jumps? I don't even know what those are, but I'm going to assume I can because I'm in decent shape. And I said, in response, I said yes, and I cannot crack the yolk with a strong arm emoji. And then another person said, she could crack your balls, though. And I said she can anytime she wants with hearts because she's gorgeous, obviously. And you're going to see here next, she said, somebody else said, I'm willing to bet no one's cooking eggs but you. And I said, you're damn straight. If you want it done right, do it yourself. Shout out to if you want it the right way, do it Gordon Ramsay's way. Shout out to. Some people are also really cool, as you see here on the bottom. Can't be mad. This comment is hilarious. This guy really got me. Casey Wolf. He was a total fucking meathead, steroid juice fuck. And he said, you're built like an awkward 14-year-old boy who hasn't grown into his body yet. I fucking died. Cook for breakfast, Big Eye. Let's hope you don't crack the yolk. And I said, Casey Wolf, and your kid is ugly. What's your point? For their safety or whatever the fuck, we're not going to post pictures of them. I said, your kid's ugly. What's your point? If I use steroids, I'd be jacked too. Hashtag meathead, steroids, hashtag juiced.
Yeah.
If you want to go at Cmoney, you better be prepared.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Live by the sword, you die by the sword.
This is the best one. So this chick, Sinead Bromley, she's a really beautiful chick, but she said, can you find the G-spot without Google Assistance? That was pretty fun. I'll give her that.
That's
was really
pretty good. Hey,
and
Google.
I said, yes, quite easily, rather. I said, the lack of smile and emotion in your picture suggests maybe you need it hit. And she's just so sad in her picture. And I said, actually, I redact that. We don't need more kids with gaps in their teeth. Keep it out of the gene pool, please. Could had a brutal, brutal gap in his teeth. So she responds here in the last picture to someone else that took her side, of course, a chick. And she said, I think he's an absolute cutie. His eye teeth, whatever the fuck that means, have come down, closing his 2 front ones together, so I'm not even bothered in the slightest. So me, being the loving, caring person that I am, I just left her a link here, as you see, to find a dentist anywhere in America. So, again, this all starts just from me leaving a joke. You're going to attack me personally, and you're going to get the wrath of Cmoney. But that totally burned my high, because I get aggravated. I need to smoke more weed, waste more of my stash just to calm down. So let me know.
It gets great reactions.
Or am I right? Should people move on and be the bigger person, or am I the smaller person for responding? I don't know.
Nah, it's great. Bro.
Kind of a troll. I guess you're kind of a troll. I don't mind. I don't judge.
Only when I get attacked, though.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, if you want to start, we can go. If you want to tango, we can tango.
Let's do it. Bring it on.
The Podheads. You need to rainbow color your hair, brother, and get some fronts.
Yeah, you should do that.
To see money on your face.
Millions and millions of dollars.
We'll get there, buddy.
We'll get there. Tattoo a hash brownie on your cheek. Anyway, good shit, man. I do, in my opinion, I think you definitely know how to cut to the core of people.
Oh, yeah. He goes deep, bro.
You got Italiano in me, man.
It's like you got a katana. You just...
Further, I kind of naturally tend to take the high road, but I don't judge anybody who decides to get in the fucking mud.
Why not? You know.
Very nice. I respect it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, mind your business. Mind your business.
No, for real.
Unless you want something too. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, cool. I'll take it. I like it. Well, guys, now that we've been educated a little bit about Cmoney's fucking process and what pisses him off, I want to educate you a little bit about a little something. Guys, it's higher learning.
Yes, this is my favorite segment here. Higher learning.
Thank you. I love to educate, guys.
Knowledge.
I'm all about the knowledge. If you smoke, you should fucking try to learn a little bit. You're losing a fucking brain cells anyway. So you might as well get your shit together. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about wealth. We've been talking about the law. We've been talking about Robert Kraft and R. Kelly and all this money. I wanted to talk a little bit about an article that I read the other day. I'll give you some facts, but I read an article from Oxfam. Oxfam is an international non-for-profit group that is all about, good stuff all over the place. They try to empower women, charity, all kinds of stuff. But they did a study, it was a multi-year study about the gap in financial wealth, okay? And how crazy it is. So I'm going to give you guys some facts that just blew my mind. And I want to see how you guys feel about it.
It's about to burn my high right now, bro.
Yeah, they could piss you off. All right, here we go. Number one. Well, here's what I learned when I was stoned. Okay. A billionaire is made about every single day. A new billionaire is made.
So 365 a year, huh?
Yeah.
A new billionaire.
From 2016 to 2017, during this study, they found that every 2 days a new billionaire rose. But up to this day, they say they combined and amassed more than $762 billion in 1 year.
All of them, huh? So each one made almost $2 billion. Damn, bro. It's just the economy. The economy's just raising, right? The tide raises all boats, as they say. Just the economy's growing and growing. I mean, it's crazy, bro. We're getting on that shit, bro. We're gonna be billionaires.
How many billionaires do you think have United States money in their bank? Okay, I want to say that specifically because obviously there's sheiks and motherfuckers all over the place. But how many billionaires do you think there are that at least have American dollars in their accounts?
Have some American dollars.
I'm gonna say none. They all have them internationally. Because money is going to be
still
worth...
U.S. dollars.
U.S. dollars? I mean, I would say like maybe 10% of their U.S. dollars are going to be,
the third biggest economy. I would think
2,000 billionaires. Okay. There are 2,000 billionaires, which doesn't seem like a lot, that have U.S. dollars in their bank accounts. Now, this number, this 2,000 is going to make a lot of sense. It's going to hit your heart in a second. But 9 out of 10, here's the fact, 9 out of 10 of those 2,000 billionaires are men.
9 out of 10. Yeah, goody boys.
Gender inequality.
Yeah.
Gender inequality.
Me
and
too,
those
bro.
female billionaires tend to make less than the male billionaires.
Just like every other female,
yeah. Your average CEO, here's another fact for you. Your average CEO makes in an hour, what most people make in a year.
Look at that, bro. In 1 hour. Nigga works 8 hours a day. What is he doing except sitting in his high chair, he or she, and making decisions, bro? That's all you're doing. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to hate on nobody, but damn, those numbers are wild, bro. Yeah. While people are still dying in the street.
Check this out.
Flint can't get any fucking water.
We're going to touch on that, yeah? Oh, yeah. Shout out to Jaden Smith, by the way. Cmoney, you mentioned Jaden Smith. We totally forgot about this. Yeah. But he's bringing water to Flint. So we'll touch on that another time, I guess.
Yeah.
Put one in the air for him, though. Totally dropped the ball on that shit. But we're a bunch of potheads. What can you say? Check this out. To add to that fact, in Brazil, it takes your average person earning minimum wage 19 years to make just 0.1% makes in a single month. The richest 0.1% make in a single month.
In a month. 19 years to a month, bro. Just so that it's not just in America, bro. This is worldwide and probably even worse worldwide in some other countries, bro. What can you say, man? What can you say?
Check this out.
Crazy.
Here's some more. The rich aren't earning anything. Okay. Here's what I learned. That I believe it's 2/3. 2/3 of billionaires, okay? Their wealth comes from inheritance or monopolies.
And they control it all, bro.
Bro,
Because they got that money.
So even including your president.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So
I remember the clip of him saying, "Oh, my father gave me a small loan of $1 million to start off." Like,
give me a fucking $1 million loan and watch what I can do with it.
Imagine if fucking, and speaking of, since this is a cannabis show, don't sleep on Aurora Cannabis Group, ladies and gentlemen. But imagine if we had $1 million to put into that shit and it went up like Kronos did. We'd be rich.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, huge. I think that if every billionaire would share, $100,000 to $200,000 of their money, everybody would
Check it out. I got one for you, K-Strat. You're right on the level, and I'm going to give you a fact about that in 1 second, but you're right there. Check this out. Of those people, of those inheritance-ridden kids, think about this. The majority of the billionaires in the world didn't earn 1 penny of that shit. They were given it. So check this out. Here's a number for you. 500 of the richest people in the world will pass down $2.4 trillion to their heirs.
Wow.
Check this out. That's larger than the gross domestic profit of India. That is more money than India's worth.
Wow, and that's like the most popular, second most populous country in the world, I believe. That is, so that I can only think of like the Kardashians, and I can only think of like Paris Hilton, like just this money given to these people who don't know anything about money. Right, exactly. For K-Strat, they don't know anything about money, what it really means, or what it can do to help and destroy the world, bro. Oh my God.
Most of these people, they have lawyers that can navigate, legal loopholes and earn tax breaks and not have to pay on these taxes.
Talked about it earlier.
They're scumbags. So not only did they not even make their own money, but then they don't even fucking pay taxes on that money. So I'm just saying, think about that.
God bless America.
Land of the fuck you, and
this out.
not me.
Most people throughout the world are living on less than $10 a day.
Hey, you think we got it bad, bro? Whew.
Check this out. Yeah, if not for the wealth inequality, this is what Oxfam found. 700 million, excuse me. If not for the wealth inequality, there would be 700 million people that would be out of extreme poverty. Now, granted, extreme poverty is under 1.90 a day. It's just under $2 a day. But still, that means something somewhere else. The majority of the population still live between $2 and $10 a day, which is crazy.
Yeah, I heard
just
some.
Think about.
It is crazy. I've heard some stats similar to that, where if like the top 10 people, like they could get rid of poverty one swipe through, if they all gave up.
That's exactly what K-Strat was touching on. And here's your fact. Here's your number. 42 people have basically all the wealth in the world. These 42 top richest people in the world have more money than the rest of the world combined.
So that they have all the money.
Man.
Last year, check this here. A study done from Credit Suisse Bank. Last year, it said that 8 billionaires had the same wealth as half of the world's population.
Just so
that was last year, but new data suggests that 42 people hold as much wealth as the poorest 3.7 billion. So check this out. And their wealth has increased 13% between the last 7 years. So if those 42 people wanted to, they could end world poverty.
Yeah.
Just like you said, if they got together and they gave out just a fraction.
Right, not even all of it. Right.
They can end world poverty.
Now, here's the question.
There's 8 billion people on this earth. 42 people have all the money.
Now, here's the question, though. If that was to happen in the scenario that we went to that, would it set the off balance of our economy to where inflation
No.
drop down?
No, bro, we're talking about the God-given rights. We're talking about food, shelter, water, right? These people aren't eating.
Yeah, we're not talking about giving these people 50 grand a year.
Exactly. We're giving shelter, clothing, food, living. You know what I mean?
It's actually
living
gonna boost
shit.
the economy.
It's exactly. It'll keep the minds fresh, right? And technology in the world will progress, bro.
Well, it's
now
kind
we
of
have
like
a healthy world.
What do you guys think about a universal income? Because the argument is that, you say you're just going to give people free money, but in reality, what happens is that money inevitably circles back into the system. People go out more, people go out to eat more, people go shopping more, people go on vacation more.
Other countries have done it, bro. Other countries have that. They have no poverty or almost none.
Well, that was supposed to be Bitcoin, right? Universal income was supposed to be, that's what was supposed to come. But what happens? The rich fucking 42 people, the rich 1%ers, they say, fuck, no, pump your brakes, legislation, law. We're going to go ahead and put all our money here and shift the tides. Bro, it's a machine that we can bitch and moan and be upset about, but it's honestly too big.
Go live in the mountains, guys. Let me grow my farm,
That's the point that I was making, JB. It's too big to fight. All you can do is just be woke, stay woke, understand what is happening around you, and do what you can. Right? Make sense in your life.
Grow your own food.
Dude, if you're black,
don't eat the food they give you. Grow your own shit. Grow your own hemp. Yeah, man.
Exactly, bro. And that's what I was gonna say. If you're black and you're against racism and shit like that, you should look into maybe some of the beers that you're drinking, or maybe some of the other companies that you're investing in, some of the clothing brands that you're investing in. If you're Jewish, same thing. Latino, anybody. I mean, I stopped drinking certain kinds of beer, and I'm not gonna put out anybody's fucking company out here, but I stopped drinking certain kinds of beer just because of the people that those companies associate with or the people that they support.
There are things we can do, guys, even as small as you may think. But if you really are about it, you talk about it, be about it, do something about it. Damn. And if boycotting something is, that's what it is, bro.
You heard it here. Don't talk about it, be about it. It's the Podheads Web Show. That's your higher learning, and that's a show.
That's
guys,
right.
It's always a pleasure. I love it. I love having these sessions with you guys. Speaking of sessions, look out for sessions. We just did one with the guy from Christians for Cannabis, Nate Jurowitz. The one from Caribbean, Tim Taylor, is on right now. Check that out. Check out all of our stuff on the Podheads Web Show, YouTube. It's more like a network, man. We've got a bunch of content on there, so check it out. Comment, like, subscribe, let us know how you feel. I'm Podhead Frank, at Podhead Frank on all social media. Check us out, JB.
Yeah, Podheads JB. Hit me up on Instagram. That's what I'm trying to grow now, but I'm on Facebook, on all social media platforms. Please, thank you for being here. Please share, comment, subscribe, comment, like us, comment, subscribe, comment, like us, all that shit. Hashtag Weekend Weed, hashtag the Podheads, hashtag the Cypher. Thank you once again. Cmoney.
Thank you, everyone. It's Making Cmoney at Making Cmoney on Instagram and Twitter. Follow us, subscribe. It's always fun, guys, and this is what we're trying to do. It's education, it's comedy, it's fun. You want any cooking tips? You want any fucking cannabis sewer tips? We are the people to come to. Any video game tips, any knowledge tips, any trivia tips. This is where it is. Always a pleasure, guys. K-Strad, producer extraordinaire. I'm baked. I'm tired. Take it away.
Yeah, we're all there. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's really a pleasure, having you guys stick around almost to the end of the video. But really, hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it, put it on your Facebook, tell your friends about it, because we're really trying to get up there, and we need your help to do it. So definitely always remember, keep your tacos safe, and we'll see you next time on
That was so racist.
It's the Podheads, y'all.
Yeah, Podheads.
Here we go.
Yeah.